Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's an Orca stream. Orca streams are usually my random streams, so if you see an Orca stream, hop on, dude. Cold. And a lot of people on today. Some nice soothing Jedi music in the background. I appreciate y'all for making that Darth Maul series. It was goated. Thank you. So, we're gonna just be chilling and just talking about stuff today. This is usually what the Orca streams are. Just talking about random shit. So, let's give the Phantom Menace here. I always have random screenshots of like movies and stuff just to calm me down. But again, hello everyone who's just joining me. This is just a chill and talk stream. I've I've talk about some stuff I'm working on too, but I just want to get with all y'all this nice evening. Hello, Cody Sanchez. Good evening to you. Alright. So let's get into it. We are talking about just random stuff. Just going through here. By the way, does everyone like? I love the Revenge of the Sith. I mean, skinny Vader. Vader being a skinny boy here. I actually love this suit. Does anyone else like the Revenge of the Sith suit? We didn't get much to see it, and Hayden was in the suit, which was cool. They're doing a Hot Toys version, which is not totally what I expected, but I think that there is no neck here. So, but then again, it is a skinny Vader, so. I really love the head sculpt though, right here. This comes out next year, and I've never really bought a Hot Toys. I've only done one unboxing, which was from that Darth Plagueis Black series that someone gifted me last year. I think I'm gonna buy this and do an unboxing. I can't wait for this to come out. So I've always said if I ever wanted a Hot Toys, like Hot Toys to me are like statues, and I would just feel pride having that as like that's what you own. You own a Darth Vader statue, basically. That's my Hot Toys that I would like. There's some other Hot Toys I would like. Like I wouldn't mind a Sidious or a I wouldn't mind a Sidious or a the Kenobi Darth Vader. But let me Revenge of the Sith suit is cool. Personally, for me, Return of the Jedi, I like the Return of the Jedi suit, but I'm not really a fan of. I like the New Hope. I kind of like it when Vader. Okay, so Vader is a bulky guy, and I do like, but I really kind of like it when they have actors that portray the bulk of Vader. Like Vader's just a big hulking guy. He's a my favorite portrayal of Vader is Rogue One, and it's pretty much just the part where he talks to Krennic. It's not the part where he kills all those people, those rebels in the hallway. It is the Rogue One. I just feel he looks the coolest. He, I think, I think the music's a little loud, but it's very calming. Jedi Survivor. I can't. I'm hoping they announce the next Jedi game. I'm hoping they announce the next Jedi game at the TGA. I don't think they will. Maybe I don't think it'll be till next year. But yeah. So, um, I want your guys' opinion on this. Y'all are on here. Clean or is it just in there fucking ad? Hold on, guys. If I'm lagging a bit, I'm just checking if it's still lag here. Oh, I see. Let's get off that. Love the head scope. Hi, Lord Vader. Hello, Devron. But anyway, yeah. So so guys, I want your opinion on this, and I'll wait till I'm doing good, Devron. Um, I said I'm going. I've been going against my morals, and I've been testing the waters. If I had said before, if I had known the whole AI thing, if I had tackled the whole AI thing a year ago, before Skywalker, like when Skywalker Stories was doing it, I probably would have had like 100,000, or I would have had 100K subs by now and stuff. But I chose not to because that's just not the way I am. And um, but I've always said I hate AI videos. I think they miss the point. But I've been kind of I don't want to say changing my tune, but I've been a little more. I still, but every time I kind of like glint at AI, like I'm like, okay, well, what's this do? I end up going back to how I feel originally, saying, it's not for me. And uh, and recently I've been experimenting with AI, and I'm still feeling the same way. I mean, it looks cool and stuff, but it's so inconsistent, and it's kind of just it's more work than I would say. It's kind of silly to get more work out of it than what you think. And by the way, a lot of those people that make the AI videos, I found out that they pay for credits. You have to pay for credits for the AI video, which was ridiculous. Um, the way I was going about AI, and I'll show you guys an example right here. So this was my test that I was doing this week on AI, and it looks clean. You know, there's Vader right there. There's the office. This is just a screenshot I shot in another thing, and I'm like turned it into CGI live action. That's how it came out. Um, I mean, this was the first image that came out, and I was really impressed by it. But then something happened. I was just saying, well, what could I get the same like? Also, this also there I have another image here. I have a bunch of images. Now don't jump to conclusions yet because I'm gonna explain how I feel about the whole thing. So we go back here, and I had to. I also got this shot right here of Palpatine's office, and this looks pretty cool. This looks pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. This is the same shot I shot in another program, but turned into live action, which or the AI at least matched it, and I was like impressed with that. But I'm gonna be honest. It got the floor a little too like the floor is a little too waxed, and I had to fix that myself with Photoshop. Um, trying to find I'm trying to find my edit here. Okay, so here's the edited version. I photoshopped and I fixed the colors and stuff. This is pretty good from like AI. This got straight on. Although the office itself is actually inaccurate, but it's a little wider than how it was in Revenge of the Sith. But still, I'll bite. And then also, it got this shot right. If I can find it. Okay, so this shot, I was blown away. Um, and I'm gonna try to show you guys if I can find it. If I can find it. Okay, this shot, I was blown away. It got the background correct. It got the Palpatine pose, and then when Palpatine looks back, I thought, "Whoa, bro!" And, and this is the same shot. Just I filmed. This is the same shot from Movie Duels. I just turned it into live action. I thought that was cool. But here's where it falls apart, and here's where I started to lose my patience with it. I edited some. I got some close-ups of Palpatine. They looked good, I guess, for the most part. But I was just having this shot. I liked this shot, and then this shot right here. I liked all of it. But then sometimes it would do something like this. Oh, and this one was my favorite shot of Palpatine. I thought this is my Palpatine, 100%. Very cool, very cool. But here's where I felt I did not. Here's one shot of Palpatine I thought looked weird, and then I was all. Y'all need to know also. It took me a lot of like this is all generated, so I had to like do trial and error to even. Also, his skin's a little too yellow on this, and I was getting like just irritated because it would never. When you have a shot to shot, it's never consistent. Palpatine has to be consistent with how he looks, and I want Palpatine to look how he looks. Let's say I want Palpatine to look how he looks in this image right here. Palpatine, and for the most part, it did that with the window seal stuff, and like this right here, that's good. Palpatine right here, far away, and then, but then it was just like doing this weird shit when he turned around, and it wasn't being consistent. Also, it turned to hit the background. It got this right, and the it was just being inconsistent, and I was just like have because my original idea was maybe I could take frame by frame and just like turn it. It'd basically be the same thing as I directed it already. But here's my big issue. It's not Palpatine, it was Vader. And Vader, for some reason, they decided to keep making Vader uh they keep making Vader all scratched up. For some reason Vader has to be scratched up. It was changing the background too much. The shot's pretty good, but it's too red. It's like he's in a different area. Um, and Vader, the biggest thing with Vader is I don't know why he would be scratched up. There's no point in him being scratched up. And also, I'm very picky on details, and you need to get his armor right. And it got his armor wrong. This is not his armor. This is some. Um, his armor should look like this. And for the most part, this image of Vader, as you see it, was what I was trying to replicate in every shot. And it just was not doing it for me. It was painful, to say the least. And it made me realize that this is pointless and blah, blah, blah. And again, this was, you need to imagine that it may look simple, but it was never copying the style of Vader. It was never copying the material. It's like this is the closest. All right, right here. Look closely, y'all. This is what I wanted, and it took him a jillion. It took like some tinkering to do, but this is exactly what the way I wanted it the first time. But also, I think he's not. He's too like skinny. I don't know. It didn't do it right. But this is originally what I wanted. Also, the background wasn't really edited enough. I was just I don't know. I was getting irritated with it, and it made me realize that AI can never be consistent, and then you never get the right angles and whatnot. Um, so yeah, that's my experience. If you guys want to look how it does look, I shot again. I shot all this already. This is how it looks in movie duels. This is how my shots were. I've not released this video. It's supposed to be for a bigger project. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, the stuff with Palpatine though, I will commend. It got a lot of the stuff with Palpatine. It seemed to get right, and I think that's just because Palpatine. There's something. Geez, that looks really cool. Yeah, yeah, I feel the same way. AI videos are empty, and they try to take Legends lore. I mean, we did a watch party the last week, and the Palpatine killing his family. Um, in theory, that could be cool to see, but the way it was done kind of felt empty. And then also the guy added like his own lore to the video. Palpatine killing a random ass guy in the Naboo Palace. I mean, you need to be consistent with your locations, and I don't know what. Um, I don't remember. I kind of don't remember Palpatine ever like. I know he killed people. Um, I mean, he was trained as a Sith. He did kill people, um, but he usually did it. He was taught to kill people the Plagueis way, which was have another person do it. Don't be discreet. Uh, only like the only time he actively killed someone like he killed people, but he killed people like directly was the part where he killed the Yinchori Malastare people. um, I think the Malastare people, the Malastare senator, was like the little just pissed him enough that he would kill him. But I mean, don't make up your own lore if you're going by the books. Also, my what's the word? My advice to AI slot tubers: don't rewrite someone else's text from the book. I watched a video where it rewrote the Sidious Vader scene from Rise of Vader, and it mixes the context so much, and I think that's just disrespectful. I do cut down. Listen, I do change some stuff in my Plagueis movies. I cut down the dialogue a bit because it can get a little too detailed. But I try not to change the text and whatever. It's still the same scene. Just the text is a little shorter. The scene is shorter. When you're just changing someone else's story, you're kind of just making your own bullshit fan fiction, and I think that's not fair to the authors who wrote this. So, if you want to make your own fan fiction, make your own fan fiction, but don't try to combine it with actual real shit. Uh, yeah, frail looking, frail looking. Granted, here's the poster for. Here's the poster for. You guys think this looks cool? This is gonna be the thumbnail when the movie comes out. I will say though, I was impressed. I need to show you guys something. I've not shown you guys yet. I did Plagueis. I made Plagueis. AI did manage to make Plagueis into badass CGI. Um, what I'm talking about. Obviously, that ain't it. Uh, which is why I was impressed by it initially. Oh, right here. Right here. This is amazing. This is exactly how Plagueis I imagine my model. This is my Plagueis. This is my Plagueis. I can safely tell people I have my own. People can, that's the good thing about my Plagueis movies is that Omega made this model, but everyone knows that this is my Plagueis, and this is exactly how he would look in live action. I was actually blown away by it, like right here. This is amazing. And I was initially that's what pushed me to try the AI stuff, but then I realized it's too much work. I mean, talking about lazy people, I mean, they're just. I have no time to take out my wallet and buy like 150 video slots to make use for AI. I use much more than 150 video clips for scenes. If you guys watched my films, I use over 1,000. I usually uh, a a Plagueis a feature film is usually 1,000 to 2,000 shots, so it does take a lot. But even then, yes, this is AI, and yes, you can make your arguments. But I thought this looked cool, um, and thankfully, no one. I don't. This is this is Omega's design, which is based on the Black series, and thankfully, I can say this is technically my Plagueis because I got permission to use it and whatnot. I will say, AI also has its quirks. Like it was able to turn this hologram of Palpatine into live action, for better or for worse. What do you guys think? You think that looks cool? For better, for worse, and I think it also is great for a character reference. I do think it's great for character references, but that's the most praise I can give it um, for now. So I re- I think his hoodie is too small. His head's too small. I did get Vader right though. I like this Vader. Maybe in if the tools get better and I have a better workflow, maybe. But listen, I'm not going to just go stop doing what I usually do and do AI videos. I would only do AI. I would never replay. I would never try. I don't want to use AI voice unless I had to. Obviously, I want to use voice actors, but I want control of the scene. I want complete control of the scene. I want to be able to follow the. If I could translate what I do with the AI visuals, good. But I'm not gonna go to limb to try to copy. Because what I do, I feel what I work on is superior to the AI slot or how I envision things. I just know it's superior, and that's you could say that's ego or something, but I just know I just know I would if I had the way I would. So what AI? Just a program called Google. But again, I'm not incorporating it. It was just a fun little thing I wanted to show you guys. Um, uh, but again, I stand by my if your video um, using AI, if your whole thing's all AI script, AI text, AI voice lines, AI this and that, then I think you're AI slot. But it's not. It doesn't hurt to use AI tools, and some people people said that this is just AI enhancements, but it is close. It's almost there. It's just there's a lack of inconsistency, and you're kind of restricted to use the AI video stuff, which I don't want to. I want to see like I want to see if I could just apply the AI like over it goes over or something like that. Like it's an AI enhancement. It's not taking over the it's like a layer. It's like a Photoshop. Basically a Photoshop, a video Photoshop. Hard to describe, but that's how I see it. Also, I really love this it did this really cool character thing. Cool Gemini. But I want your guys' opinions. Do you think the AI is I've also contemplated I've talked I'm just one guy and I'm kind of being overwhelmed by other people's stuff too. I'm just this is good. See this for some reason the AI generated just lighting on the scene I had. I would love this. I would love this. You know, you could do something like this too. But what do you guys think? Uh, I've thought about it. It's like I've been overwhelmed. I would say I get overwhelmed sometimes, and I don't. I just think, what am I gonna do next? I don't want to be forced to. I won't want to be pushed or shoved into a hole to do. I don't want to be shoved and pushed into a hole to do AI. So that's not gonna happen. I wanna be better than some other people. So just an honest chat. I would also tell you guys this: if I just dropped my morals and used AI for you guys, I would lose respect from a lot of friends and stuff, and I don't want to lose that respect. I think you need to find a balance where it's acceptable. If I did something like Skywalker stories, I think I would be ashamed of myself. I could do, but like, then again, I could pull off a better. I feel like I could pull off better stuff than most people. So, but I shouldn't, count my chickens. So, So yeah, I'll show it again, but here's the thumbnail for Plagueis 3. Is there a way I can transform it? There we go. Yeah, Plagueis 3 coming out. Plagueis 3 isn't coming out till next year. I just don't have the time to finish it for. I had hoped to finish it for Christmas, but um, um, I am like putting together. I'm putting together a trailer for Christmas or December. I'm more focused on the Force Unleashed 3 video. I'm trying to get the Force Unleashed 3 released before, um, or I'm gonna try to get released for Christmas. It's just it's kind of a pain in the neck. That Darth Vader pick is spot on. I'm glad you like it. It's based on the poster I made, which, by the way, I'll probably try to release some more posters on the next con I go to. So pretty clean, huh? Yeah. It's kind of like a. It's got a Drew Struzan kind of. It's like sketched and stuff. So a lot of Photoshop. This is all Photoshop. My doing so. Uh, and you believe it's this boy. All right, let me ask the chat. What's your favorite Star Wars movie and what's your favorite Star Wars book? What's your least favorite Star Wars movie and what's your least favorite Star Wars book? I'll start. Uh, Let me get. So, my favorite Star Wars movie is pretty much a no brainer. It is definitely. It is Revenge of the Sith. And, but before we get to, Empire Strikes Back is also a favorite, but I have a third favorite that surprises a lot of people, um, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Or actually, it's Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie, but it's not the movie I rewatch a lot. Neither is Empire Strikes Back. I rewatch one movie. There's actually a movie that I rewatch often in my life. It's a movie that I grew up with. It's a movie that I can quote, and it's a movie that I had one of the best. Recently, had one of the best times at the theater. It's the Phantom Menace. And why it's the Phantom Menace is just I grew up with this movie on VHS, and Darth Maul's awesome, and but that's besides the point. It is nostalgia, but I do think there is more to this movie, especially with the Plagueis book. That there's a lot of mystique there's a lot of just ideas in this movie, and yeah, it is my most rewatched Star Wars movie. But Revenge is my favorite, Empire second, and I guess the Phantom Menace third. Followed by then New Hope, Return of the Jedi. My least favorite Star Wars movie that Lucas made is probably Attack of the Clones. No offense to people that like that movie, but even as a kid, I fought that movie. It's kind of funny. A lot of people say the Phantom Menace is boring. I fought. I just thought Attack of the Clones was a snore fest as a kid. I mean, I feel like the movie only picks up when they get to Geonosis, or no, Camino, basically, which is like 40 minutes into the movie. Well, everything with Obi-Wan's cool, but Anakin just is lame, and yeah, yeah, this movie is no offense, but I just think this movie is a snore fest. And people can shit on the Phantom Menace, but when you're a kid, kid Anakin is, you resonate with that. The politics, yes, the politics stuff is boring, but it's only 2 minutes of the film, so uh, we can discuss procedures and tax evasions another time on that. But, my least favorite Star Wars movie of all. My least favorite Star Wars movie of all. If we're gonna count, if we're gonna count, if we're gonna count, I suppose if we're gonna count all the Star Wars movies, here's the thing: I wouldn't hate this movie if it wasn't for the last 30 minutes, because I was really yeah, it's the Last Jedi. I mean, no brainer, right? Um, okay, so this movie's a mixed bag because I don't know what it want. I don't know what it wants to be. I don't know what it wants to say. It kind of feels more like a slap to the face to people that like Star Wars. Um, I mean, going to the theater, I thought this movie was a big fuck you, walking out, walking out of it. And I liked Episode 7 for the most part. I think people that don't like Episode 7, they're just looking back. Either they didn't like that it just was a retread of A New Hope. Um, let me turn down the. Let me go back a bit. Turn that down a bit. Um, I've done the Last Jedi revitalized. I've done the Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Sky. Okay, the Last Jedi is a good directed movie. It's very well directed, and but it's just a very very bad Star Wars movie. No offense to Rian Johnson, but if someone gave him a better script, I'm sure a lot of people would have liked this movie. But he wrote the script and he hates Star Wars, so I think he's just I cannot believe they gave the keys to someone who's just spiteful. And then the Rise of Skywalker was more like Rise of Course Correction. It's a movie I walked out of midway through. It is bad. It is a bad movie. It's not a good, well-made movie either. But I didn't. Even though I walked out and I hated it, I walked out middle when they had the Death Star lasers. I always say that. Um, I still think that it's more bearable than the Last Jedi because the Last Jedi, you know what's going to happen and you know it's going to piss you off. You just after you watch this movie, you just have to lose any faith in caring at all. Um, I think the biggest issue is that they kill off Luke Skywalker, and there's nothing else to say about the movie. The movie is just bad. It's just I can rant about I can rant about. My favorite book is the Darth Plagueis book. Um, but let's. I'm actually gonna. I'm actually gonna excuse the Plagueis book because that's just a bias. That's just my personal bias. Obviously, it is true also, and I'm so glad to meet Mr. Lucino. I mean, uh, meeting Jim Lucino was a blessing, and I messed up the interview a bit. I'm gonna release the interview on Christmas, promise. We It was a 1v1 with my phone, and I think he was a little annoyed, but I don't. I think he worked with it, so. But I think we got it, and my biggest, I will say, my biggest mistake with the Plagueis book was, or the Plagueis interview was saying, trying to compare him. Well, I tried to say a lot of people compare him to Lucas, and I felt like the authors do not never do that. Big no no. Uh, but then again, they really I became friends with Matthew Stover. And I'm gonna try it. He's like whenever I feel like it, I'm gonna get a Matthew Stover. Whenever I feel like it, we'll have a stream and we can set that up, and we'll have a my first interview. So I have an interview on call. Right now, I'm not gonna bother him for an interview. I said this would be next year when I'm ready, and he'll remember who I am when I mention. But when we do have that stream and we have it all structured, and I have someone to, we'll also do, we'll have questions from the audience and chat. So that'll be really cool. That won't be till next year. Maybe we could do something with, maybe we could arrange something with James Lucino as well. Um, I could get a proper interview with him this time. On, I'll have to see about that. I have a few friends in high places that could get me back in touch with him. But yeah, we'll definitely talk to. I'll try to get. I tried to get him a hold again and see if he wants to talk a little more in depth when I'm a little more prepared for this interview stuff. I don't know if I'll do interviewing again. Sure. Let me see. Let me read the chat if I missed anyone. T-Bone, do you think it's nonsense that I think Maul is more of a true Sith than Sidious? Yes. Um, uh, Maul Maul was trained to be a Sith, but I don't think he's a true Sith. A true Sith, um, I mean that's the whole point of the Plagueis book. Is a true Sith is not taught on bronze, but you warp the world into your hands, and that's what the Sith do. They warp the world. I never felt that with Maul. He was taught the same stuff as Palpatine, yes, and Palpatine didn't. And people thinking that Maul was intended to be expendable. That's not true. Maul was going to remain. Maul was. Sidious has always planned for Maul to be his apprentice. Still, uh, just Maul died, or he got cut in half, and that changed the plans. So I would say, I would say Maul. Perhaps from a point of view, Maul is a true Sith, but I don't know. Oh wow, we have 23. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? We have 23. It's a late night stream. What can I say? 10 o'clock. We've been talking about AI experimenting, the Phantom Menace, all that good stuff. Sorry, dropped on. Thanks for making this Plagueis vids. All right, I'll say this. Um, Plagueis episode 3 is coming out next year. I only have 40 to 50 minutes done on it. Okay, you want the truth. 40 to 50 minutes done. That's not a movie yet. That's not a lot to see, and I'm sure I don't think people want to see 40 to 50 minutes. I've been working on this a lot for the last year, um, and I have the whole ending, the last 20 minutes, the last 30 minutes are all like edited together. But I'm still missing some scenes. I mean, some people haven't finished recording their lines. Just the way things are. People, these things take time. So, uh, yeah, Plagueis episode 3 not coming out to next year. I am having a trailer coming out soon. So I'm just going through my old. By the way, if you guys want to see a really great, check out the Lego Plagueis film, Darth Plagueis Episode 3. It's a German production, but I actually tried to get a hold of them to dub it. So Lego Plagueis. So maybe. I do have. Speaking of what ifs, I do have a what if coming up. I do have a what if coming up. soon. So for Christmas, I think I already mentioned it. See, I'm repeating myself. All right, what we got here? Dune. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so since we're on here chatting, let's talk about unfinished, or let's talk about videos that never came out. The Acolyte Revitalized. I figured I might as well mention this since I'm going through my. So the Acolyte. I hate the show. I despise it, but I do like some things from it. If they're trying to tie it to the prequels, I like the idea of it. Not the twins, not the twins. The whole idea, like, what if there was a Plagueis centric story before Plagueis with the Jedi, and the Jedi almost found out about Plagueis? Like, that would be a cool story to tell. Acolyte just sucks balls, so. And initially, I was starting work on this, and I would have connected it to Darth Bane, like this whole like thing, which is from Dune, by the way. But I imagine this to be Dessel, or what's the planet where they're mining Cortosis? I forgot the planet's name, but it connects to Darth Bane, and Yoda's involved from the get go. Um, and it's and Chimere. One of my ideas was that Chimere was a Chimere wasn't Chimere particularly wasn't a Sith. Um, either two things was my idea, that Chimera was either he was a Sith, he was a Sith fanatic that wanted to bring about. He thought he. The whole thing was he thought he was bringing back the Sith, or he was gonna like he was. He's more of a Sith fanatic than a Sith, but an ex Jedi turned self-proclaimed Sith or whatever, a dark Jedi basically. And the plot twist in the ending, and maybe I'll keep this whenever if I ever make this video, was um, after like he's defeated. I think that this Jedi, my favorite character, all the Jedi. I think this character is important. I don't think I would kill him. Well, no, no. I would have the master. You have the master and the Padawan apprentice, and that's all you. All the characters you need in the story. You have the. You have basically the Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan like investigating the murders by this fanatic, but the fanatic doesn't know that the Sith. The funny thing is the Sith. Um, the Sith Darth Tenebris, he's in the story in plain sight. As you know, he's a businessman that produces ships. The audience doesn't know that, but you, the reader, would. You would know who he is. So when you see these scenes with this Darth Tenebris like Biff, just like making deals with these people, when these murders are close, you don't know it adds any context to the story, but no, the Sith are there. And the thing is, Tenebris is onto the Chimere. And my idea generally was uh, the Jedi are killed, Chimere gets away, but then Chimere is confronted by the real. Is confronted by the real Darth Tenebris, the real Sith Master, who had been prospecting him basically. And then it ends with Plagueis. Plagueis kills Chimere, and because Tenebris wanted to see, well, you want to join, you want to be a true Sith, kill my apprentice, and then but Plagueis no kills him, and but with that Sith thing, the whole idea of the Sith, there was never a Sith. It was the idea was it was a cult that wanted the Sith to come back. But the Jedi are now back. They're more relaxed and they're good. It's like, oh well, the Jedi are never coming back. He was just a dark Jedi. that brings us back to status quo, that they don't know that the Sith were always there watching, and that connects. But that does connect to the Plagueis novel with the Cortosis discovery, and then Tenebris becoming interested with it. And you would think that's not a major story, but no, that leads into the Plagueis book. That was my idea for the Acolyte. I mean, I've watched it. I really like this character, and they destroy. Like, the writing's bad that you can't save him. I also like his apprentice, but and then Yoda having a point. Oh, my idea. Okay, so my another idea I had for the Acolyte Revitalized was Yoda was a major character. He was investigating with this Jedi, trying to find out who's causing these murders. He's kind of like Columbo, uh, Yoda Columbo. Yoda, see my wife. I must. She, um, but Yoda, the death, but the realization that they think the when the case is closed and they think that the Sith, or not the Sith, the cult guy Chimere was working alone. They put a case closed, but Yoda has feelings that maybe no, but someone convinces him, Yoda, put your feelings away, and so it's a the details are sparse, but that was my idea for the Acolyte Revitalized. I don't think I'll. If I wanted to, I don't think I'll go back on it. So. Petros, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't. Chimera being Plagueis apprentice, I think they were gonna do a mall type of thing, or I don't. I personally, knowing Disney, I don't. I just don't think they were gonna make Tenebris canon. Plagueis was just an ancient, like he was just gonna be a generic ancient Sith. That's my idea of what they were going to do. Just going through here, checking all the stuff. Killed Tenebris for not just doubting him or having the Dark Lord title. Here's an old here's an old image I took trying to get like a arcane stuff. This is from a couple of years ago. AI has gone so much better since then. Oh, Alita. Alita Battle Angel. I don't know why I have Alita's pictures on here, but I love this movie a lot, so I'll just leave it. I hope we get Alita sequel. Does anyone like Alita Battle Angel? I love Alita. The Alita movies, or the Alita movie. I love that movie so much. That's a movie I just love. Yeah. Oh, what's this? One Piece. One Piece. Aha. Years ago, and I have a nice picture. Another show I love is the anime of One Piece. I love the live action of One Piece. I'm very well versed in. A lot of my storytelling is actually influenced by One Piece. The backstories and stuff. Um, the way things are told in the anime is influenced by One Piece. I don't think the One Piece story is perfect, though. I always have issues when a character does something or I don't want him to do and stuff. But still, I've always thought about making a One Piece channel. But then again, I'm already like putting so much work on me. I need to get like more people on my team to just like help me make videos for the channel because I feel like I can make so much. I can make so. If I had just more people helping me, we could grow this channel like up. I don't know if you're a Dragon Ball fan, but what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima? I don't care for before I finish this sentence, I do care about Dragon Ball Z. I only care about Dragon Ball. Um, I only care about um, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I did not care ever for Super. Um, and when I think of Dragon Ball, I think of Dragon Ball Z and stuff. Dragon Ball Daima. Uh, I mean, Akira Toriyama. I was close to crying when he died. So yeah, I feel that. I feel that when it comes to Dragon Ball Z. Daima, on the other hand, I just did not care for the idea when it was announced, and I just nah, not my stuff, not my type. Let me ask you: do you like Daima? Dynamo. I forget. Hold on, hold on. I forget my most viewed video on my most viewed video. My most viewed video on how could I forget? My most viewed video on the channel is SpongeBob One Piece. And that was when like AI was in its infancy and I just wanted to have some fun. I'm sure some people are mad. You got AI cover on your channel. What's your most? I don't know. Plus, Velsky Bum, animation YouTuber I like a lot, he commented on that video, so that video's special. So that video's special. I'll keep that up. Um, don't put so much thought into Daima. It's I don't consider it non-canon. Well, anyway, y'all, I think we had a nice midnight chat. Always great to catch up with people and give you all my thoughts. I'm glad I could talk about the AI with you. I'm not doing AI, um, but the thought I'm not doing AI, so I'll just put that out there. Um, uh, but yeah, all right. Bye, everyone.